Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Dallas Piana from Coaching Scaling Secrets and Strategy using Facebook as your main platform, right? And I add in there email marketing. Email marketing is so important. So, today's Wednesday. Time for another training, right? Let's discuss a few things. And I thought today we talk about how to jumpstart your Facebook group. I want to talk about if you're just starting out and you don't have a Facebook group, or you have a Facebook group and it's dead as a doorknob. Okay, no movement, nothing's happening there. Okay, now I'm going to share some of my insights with you. First of all, I have seen probably in the last 4 months since Christmas that the people actually engaging on Facebook has decreased significantly. I'm sure they have changed how many people see your posts, how many people see your lives, and all that. But I believe what happens is, and I've got proof of that, is people come back and see it later. And then you will see how many people were reached, how many people start commenting later or liking something that you put out there. More people are lurking, watching than actually participating. So don't get discouraged about that. Now, but if there's like nothing happening, then let's back up and look at what do you have, or if you're just starting out building a Facebook group, your title is significant. Okay, it's very significant. You do not want to have the title of your company in the title of a Facebook group. Okay, because for instance, my title of my company is Skyhawk Gate. All right, family name, and I added gate to it. Now, if I said that was the name of my Facebook group, nobody would understand that I actually teach coaches how to build a business online, right? So you want the title of your group to have keywords that represent what you do, what you offer to your audience, okay? So if you work with women over 40, I would put in the title calling out who you work with. Okay, just like my title is Coaches Scaling Secrets and Strategies using Facebook. Coaches, I'm calling out my audience, coaches. Now, I could put women coaches or female coaches or, something to indicate that I work with women, but I didn't, okay? Because I'm leaving it open in case one day I want to expand into, the to men. Okay. Now you also want to have in there. So let's say you work with, pregnant women. Call it out in the title. If you are, helping someone drop weight, using a particular modality like keto or paleo or vegan, menu style, you want to put that in the title of your group because people are looking for solutions. They go into the search bar of Facebook and they're like, okay, I need a new group. I need answers. I need help. And so they're going to put in keywords that will help them search for the right Facebook group. So if your group has the keywords they are putting into the search bar, your group more than likely will start to pop up. Okay, once you build up over 1,000 people. All right, so you want to make sure that your title calls out who you work with. Okay, be succinct there. The other thing you want to do is, I teach, put some sort of benefit. What is the benefit working with you? What is one of the benefits working with you? Okay, what is a client going to get? Okay, so for me, go back to Coaches Scaling Secrets and Strategies. So it's scaling secrets and strategies. So I'm teaching how to scale, how to build. Okay, that's one of the benefits when you join my group. So it's in there, and I go a little step further, and I'm specific about what platform I use. So I use Facebook. So I say Facebook. Okay, don't use LinkedIn. I don't use, Snapchat or any of the other ones, Twitter or TikTok. I'm just saying Facebook. Now, if the same with, what I was saying before with if you are a coach for keto, you want to put that in, right? Okay. So look at your group name. Can you upgrade it? Okay. What will happen if you change it is all the members of your group will get notified that the name has been changed. And then I would do a post about it. I would post about it. Hey, I changed the name of the group, to XYZ because XYZ. You could even do a poll to your group members, and see what if struggling between two or three names, you can ask them to vote which one resonates with them the most of what they're getting from you in the group, and ask them to put in their 2 cents about what the group name should be. Okay. Now, when you're over 5,000 members in your group, you can't change your group name, okay? Now, let's talk about, and so that would be one of the first things I do. The other thing I would do is I would definitely, are you asking what people need help with? Through your questions, the 3 entry questions when you join the group. Are you asking for feedback? Because that's like a dead giveaway, the answer's there, because that's the kind of content you want to be putting in the group. You want to be solving problems, sharing your methodology, sharing your expertise, letting people know, getting people engaged, doing lives. Are you doing those things? Are you posting every single day? I mean, every single day, at least once every single day. Okay. In the beginning, I posted, I think 2 to 3 times just to get in front of people. So you may want to look at that. Do you need to do more postings? Do you need to go live more often? Also, in the beginning, when I was just starting out, I went live several times a week. Okay. I believe that when you are live, people are feeling your vibe. They're connecting with you. Okay. More so than if you type. So I would highly recommend that. If you're not getting engagement, go live more often. Okay. Now, another little trick I do is I let people know that are on my email list know when I'm going live. I give them 24-hour notice. I let them know an hour before I go live, and then I actually let them know at the time that I go live. And the new thing that I've added here, which you may, what I've added here is that in my emails, I put the link to the live. So if people can't join the live, how many people can join at 11 o'clock on Pacific time? Which is what, 2 o'clock East Coast time, or, Australia, it's 17 hours later, so, and maybe they're sleeping. So what I've now done is if you want to be notified, tagged when the live is over so that you can go back in your own time and watch the content and watch the training, please indicate go to the event, which we have posted in the group, and say maybe. And anyone that says maybe or has said I'm going and they weren't on the live, we will tag. Okay? So that be sure you turn on your notifications for this group, but so you will get notifications of your tag. And, I don't abuse tagging at all. So, you can definitely turn it on. We will only tag when you want to be tagged. All right? So know that about it. So try that. That's another way to get people engaged. Okay. They may have to come back to watch your live. You can also do that with a post. Who wants to see a post? Who wants to be tagged in a post? You can do that through email. Through your email, you can put the link to a specific training that you've done in your group. So move your email list back to your group to watch a training that you've done or to read a post that you've written on a particular subject. Okay. That is another way to do it. What else do I want? You want to have, if you're just starting out, you want to be sure that you have about an hour of content on your Facebook page in your group, so that when people are invited and you approve them to your group, there's material for them to read through and they will make a decision right away the second decision, should I stay or is this not for me? Okay, if they get into a group, for instance, if I get into a group and it's all pitching, or it's all, I have something for free, who wants it, and that's all there is there, and there is absolutely no live training and no content, I'm out of there. Okay, so you want to definitely have some meat in your group before you start inviting people. So really look at your content. Is your content, are you solving problems? Okay, and if you're not solving problems, start solving problems in your content. Okay, you can also do polls and questionnaires, polls in the group. Find out what people want information on. That's another great way. Okay. And the other thing you want to be doing for sure is, if you've tried all these things and you do question posts to see if you can jumpstart the engagement and you're still dead as a doorknob, then perhaps the group is not the right group for the people in there. It's a mismatch, okay? That happens. So you can easily start a new group, being more selective with who goes in. I mean, I screen every single person that comes into my group. I look at whoever is in the queue waiting to be approved. I go and I check, did I invite them? If I didn't invite them, I go look at their Facebook page. All right. Is this the person I can help? All right. If it's not, if there's a mismatch, I just don't approve them and I delete their request for approval. All right. You need more control about it. The other thing I don't do is I don't go out there and just invite using that button in my Facebook group. I'm very selected of who is my ideal client, who is going into my group. Okay, so if you don't have the right people in there, maybe it's time to close the group and start a new one and be much more selective. You'll be so much happier once you have the right people in your group who are participating and actually following you and getting value from your posts. And then obviously when you sell your promote your programs and services, they actually buy. Okay, because they're warmed up to you. They're the right people that want what you have to offer. Okay, so I would say really look at who is in there. Okay, and if it's not the right people, I would, if it's 75% not the right people, I would shut the group down. I would let people know that you have a new group and this is what the group is going to be about. You would love to invite them over so that the right people will join, but I would shut the group down and start fresh. The other thing you want to do is if you have a lot of people in the group that are, just not watching your, you can say, I'm cleaning out the group. Who wants to stay? And then people that don't want to, don't respond, so you can delete them from the group. You can just end their membership in your group. Okay. But it's basically, you want to do an assessment of where it stands. Okay. For sure. All right. Who's on here? You know what? I didn't even look today. Hey, Heather. How are you, my friend? Hope you're well. Who else is on here? So I see Kathy is on here. All right, so there we have it. I am off to my other house. This house did not sell yet. The buyer fell through, who we thought was going to buy it. It just was not a good fit. So we're back on the market. Everything is tidied up. We already have someone coming in today. So I will keep you all posted of what's happening here. And we're going to the other place to roll up the carpet, take it to the cleaners, and put the garbage out, because it's garbage day over there. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.